when a child like first gets a guitar, drum kit, or a piano, the natural inclination is just to bang around on it and just see what kind of awful things can happen. This is what I want to do right now.
So I want to bang around on him?
I want to just I just want to ruin his face so
maybe
bad.
that could be the last thing you do.
Ruin me.
I feel very uncomfortable because you said that.
Ruin me. Hey, this is David, where David learns it, and I'm going to learn it today. I'm going to learn how to do makeup. So, how do you do makeup?
So tell us about your work and what you do right now.
I focus primarily in the fashion industry.
Okay.
So a lot of the makeup I do is kind of crazy looking. It's not something you would wear every day, but I can do every kind of makeup from bridal to film, just anything, even some special effects makeup. So I have started to learn how to do, cuts and bruises and stuff. So
Okay. How did you start out getting into that?
I had always been a really strong student in high school, so I thought that the path was I was supposed to go get a degree and be very academic and use my scholarships and stuff because that's like what was expected of me. And I ended up being an anthropology major, and I realized when I was at college I really was not feeling it. There's something about it that didn't click with me well, and I actually ended up dropping out my freshman year.
Okay.
I had a conversation with a family member and they said, well, what do you love doing? And the first thing I said was my makeup. And that kind of was a weird moment for me because before that I had never even once considered doing makeup as a career because I was so focused on academic studies. So within a month I was enrolled in beauty school.
That's great.
Yeah.
And you were very successful. I remember like how hot you were as a student there.
Sorry.
All right, Brittany, what's your name?
Brittany.
Tell us how we can get in contact with you.
At Brit.K, BRITT.KAYE. That's my Instagram.
All right.
So my website is almost the same thing, www.britk.com. It's BRITTKAYE.com.
Good.
Alright, so now we're going to start with cleansing his skin. So I've already put the cleanser on this pad.
Is this a dab?
Separate,
thing?
there's two, so separate it.
Separate them?
It's a wiping, so you're going to hold back and wipe his skin.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah, your face feels nice. Like you have I like the feeling of the skin on meat and bones.
Thanks.
You like the feeling of skin on me?
I don't think I've ever felt someone's face before. This is weird.
Here.
I'm a makeup virgin.
Clean over his eyes gently.
Oh, that's scary. That's like I'm gonna stab him in the eyes. I don't know.
He can take a lot. He's okay.
Does this feel
that.
awkward?
Well, maybe
Well,
that's
yes.
not the right question. Okay, there. I just wanted to clean his eye better.
All right. Is that a thing that is enjoyable for you?
Not
I kind
particularly.
of like this. This is an interesting. I've never washed someone's face. I need to do this. My face is different though. I get just water and soap and stuff.
Your skin looks good.
Thank you.
Yeah, okay. Anyway,
I've never-
I'm going to give you some moisturizer. You're going to take a little bit of that moisturizer and you're going to put it down the center of his face, under his eyes, and you're going to rub it in until it's absorbed. Okay?
Okay. Oh, I'm starting to use 2 fingers up in here.
So now you're going to go in with a primer. So, do you know what a primer is? Okay. So just like you would for painting, so sometimes you have a primer before you actually lay down the paint.
Right.
And it makes
the paints last longer. Okay.
Hey guys, a little commentary here. This part I feel was pretty self-explanatory, and I'm just kind of getting warmed up to the idea of actually touching another person's face. You look good.
Thanks.
The amount that I want to kiss you is greater than before. Yeah.
It was the primer. That's it.
Not the me.
I basically just want to kiss the primer.
He's been moisturized, primed. So the next step is we're going to start with some foundation. Right here.
Now, what is this tool you're using?
This
A
is,
spatula.
yes, it's a spatula. Why is what's going to match him?
Right.
Alright, put this on your hand. So.
So here I just wanted to compare the color of the foundation to the color of his skin. I found it a little odd, just the difference between the two colors, but it does blend in nicely, and I understand now. It's supposed to remove the red from the places that you don't want it, especially like under the eyes.
Okay, so I have a little bit of liquid highlighter here, and then a tiny bit of a rose salve balm. So it's just like a lip balm. So I like to mix them together so it shears it out. Okay.
Yeah.
So you see the very tops of his cheekbones right here, where then the light naturally falls. He has really nice shaped cheekbones already. Okay, see how subtle that is?
I do.
So go ahead and do that on the other side. So I like to do eyebrows next. The same thing is, he already has really nice eyebrows. So I'm actually gonna just accentuate the natural shape he has. So you see how this arches up naturally right here to this point?
Right.
And then it goes down. So that's what you're following, okay? So can you see a difference at all?
Very much so.
So you wanna just pick up, don't dig into the product, just pick up on the end of the brush. Start filling in, see how it goes. You can hold that if you want.
This is definitely my favorite part of the whole process. It was pretty easy. You just kind of have to follow the eyebrow hairs and accentuate the beauty they already have.
So this is just lip balm. I just put it on his lower lip, so...
What a face. We're just kind of making his lips a little shinier.
Alright. If you wanted to, when you're doing men's grooming, you can add mascara and things like a little bit of shadow or liner to define your eyes, but I don't think it's necessary.
We're gonna get to that with Kyle B.
Yeah.
Alright, Kyle B. We're gonna be doing this kind of 80s, gaudy 80s glamour look on him. We're gonna be making his lips bright, his eyes are gonna be smoky. It's gonna be gorgeous. When a child first gets a guitar, a drum kit, or a piano, the natural inclination is just to bang around on it and just see what kind of awful things can happen. This is what I want to do right now.
I want to bang around on him?
I want to just I just want to ruin his face so
Maybe
bad.
that could
Ruin
be the
me,
last
David.
thing you do.
Ruin me.
I feel very uncomfortable because he said that. Now we're gonna start adding some shadow to his eyes. She taught me how to blend the colors up into a nice smoky look. I didn't retain all this too well, so it was very important for me to practice this later on. But in the meantime, I learned how to fix the problems that I caused. So this was a very subtle touch, but here we're getting ready to add a kind of a liquid blush, and this was another one that, for whatever reason, I didn't get so well the first time, but not a problem. Here we are. Swipe. Yeah. Brittany had to smudge it out and kind of balance it on the other side, but in the end, here's what we got. Two very beautiful models. Great look. I love this. Beautiful. It's true, Kyle, you're beautiful. Yeah. After Brittany went home, I went ahead and bought some foundation and other makeups.
Unfortunately, while I was doing that, Kyle he got a tan and a sunburn that I didn't realize, and I happened to get a foundation that was much too light, and he looks a little ghostly, but I added a bunch of blush, added that redness back. I think I made the best of the situation. I think he looks pretty fantastic, and then I tried to make him doll him up a little bit, try some weird, I don't know, beauty things, and just kind of mess around. And I didn't really get far with it. I needed a little bit more help with that from Brittany, so I called her in, and she was wonderful. She came in to help me out a little bit, let me use some more of her products. Here she is. It was a lot better this time, getting to use a really nice kind of moisturizer on his face and the primer as well. And here we're having a foundation that actually matches his skin tone much better. This is a much better go. And although you see her hands here and there a little bit, she may be explaining a few things, but honestly, I was able to get this for the most part totally on my own. And I think that's a good sign that I'm ready to move on to even better things. So if you guys have any suggestions for any kind of makeup that you'd want me to do, I'd love to try it out. This isn't something I'm just going to learn for the show and drop after I'm done. I'd love to keep practicing this and get better at it. I did need a little bit of help with the eyelids. Like I said, I kind of forgot about how to do that a little bit. She helped me and we're good, and then we tried to put on some eyelashes, and that didn't go as well as planned.
Oh, that is really high up.
Yeah, I can feel it. It's up here. It's up. What do we got going on right here?
It looks like a doll makeup.
Oh, Lord.